talk about progression, how to start, what content to play, is it pay to win, what's the best build, settings, and will answer on almost any questions you might have. And if you are planning to buy gold or vanity in the game, use my code Equart and type it in this window when you will buy something. After our ship crashed, we appear on a beach. Game meet us with the first quest, but don't get used to it. It is a sandbox mmorpg, there will be only few during tutorial. We have set of our basic spells, each item got its own unique ability, so after talking to first NPC, game will teach you how to gather and craft your first gear. Follow simple steps and remember, you are what you wear. Long journey awaits, but don't get cocky, it will be hard. Albion will be easy and enjoyable once you will have enough in-game experience and knowledge. Once you open gates, finish these mobs and small tutorial boss. It's time to get into first camp and learn more about the game. But wait, is it that game? According to Steam charts, we have average 10k players, and Google show us numbers close to 300k active players. The thing is that majority of Avalonian native launcher, and recently they launched Albion in Epic Game Store. But why we should trust them? According to this website that collects in-game data, we get up to 10,000 kills per hour in PvP. Let's not forget huge mobile player base, and we all play on one server. Do you see this number, 391? It is only number of players in one location. Albion is a live game, you will not waste your time. Now let's continue with our progression. Take your next quest and gather some resources to get your first tools. I'm, by the way, recording this tutorial on a test server for a cleaner picture, so don't be surprised when you will not see players. Get your first mount and proceed doing first quest. Overall, it will take 10-15 minutes to finish all of them, and after that, real game will start. Game eventually will ask you to open your destiny board, and don't be scared, we will talk about it later. Just remember one thing, you don't need level up everything. Progress however you want. During one of the quests, after killing bandits and taking a map, it will be time to craft your first tier 2 weapon and armor. Choose any weapon you prefer and get to the first NPC, Blacksmith. The trick is to craft 3 different pieces of equipment: heavy, cloth and leather. In such way, during your progression, you will unlock all tier 3 gear except weapons. I choose heavy boots, then head to a hunter lodge and craft leather jacket, and after mage to craft cloth cowl. On Tutorial Island, Albion might make an impression of the game with mandatory crafting and gathering. It is not the case. Later you can get any items super cheap on market and play however you prefer. The last NPC I would recommend to talk to is Toolmaker. Make a bag, and after you have full set of tier 2 gear, delete all resources and tools. You don't need them anymore. After that, head to marketplace and get more donkeys. They will be your investment. You will sell them later to players and get enough silver for your basic tier 3 gear. And you're almost there. Proceed with your quest. After killing few mobs and interacting with some areas, it's time to talk with the final NPCs and choose in what city you will spawn. Each royal city got its own unique biome, but don't bother about it too much. You can change place where you will live whenever you want. It's not a crucial decision. What is important, and I would strongly suggest if you will play the game for the first time, is to buy your first 7 or 30-day premium. Later you will be able to get it with in-game currency with no problems. But only without problems if you will follow my tips. Now the best part. Albion is about emotions, exciting fights, dramas and all social aspects that you can only imagine. Slap these gankers, killing them with one blow. Want to gather, craft and become a billionaire? You can do that. Transport your goods for better prices. Or maybe you are into ZVZ and large-scale fights? Easy, conquer the whole continent. You're into balanced 2v2 5v5 content? Be creative, make overpowered combinations, where only skill, game knowledge and team play will bring you victory. And that's only a tip of the iceberg. Want competitive 1v1? We have it. Insane outplays where each millisecond matters to avoid spells. Use environment to get as much advantage as possible. Albion Online has simplified MOBA combat system, so if you played games like Dota or League of Legends, you will adapt super fast. Easy to learn, hard to master. That's how I would describe it. And you should not be afraid of full loot. It's more like a casual full loot game. If you play smart and will use items you can afford to lose, Albion will be very enjoyable. But let's start with basics. Settings. Open General tab and turn on automatically pick up silver and warning before entering PvP zone, so you would not die accidentally. One of the most important settings is audio. Turn on max sound effect and ambience. You might not see your enemy, but you always will hear him. In the interface tab, you can completely change your UI and set up buttons however you want. Make them transparent, change location, set up click-through options, etc. Now go in Controls tab and choose General. Here I would recommend to choose Classic Control with quick cast on button press. Turn on double press to attack, auto target aggressor and alternate mount up, which allow you mount up automatically by pressing A on the keyboard again. But turn off force combat mode, otherwise you will not be able to loot during combat. You also can change your key bindings, and by the way, if you want, you can play with WASD. In Social tab you can set up your chat settings, and I would strongly recommend to turn on auto deny request for duels, so people would not scam you. And now let's talk about resolution. What you see right now, it is 2.5 on 1080p that give you more view advantage. Not crucial, but very useful setting that allow you to see more on battlefield. Also you see how the game look like with native resolution. As you can see, there is a difference. To set up such custom resolution, you need to use NVIDIA control panel or AMD control panel. If for some reason it do not work on your NVIDIA PC, in my Discord in general chat I pinned an app that will allow you to do it. Now let's move towards back UI. On the left corner you can see your character stats. There is a loadout button that allow you to save set that you are using and click buy from market or equip it from your chest. Also vanity buttons where you can equip or check where to get certain items like actual skins or finishers and other cool stuff. And don't worry, cosmetics in this game do not give you any stats and do not affect gameplay at all. On the bottom side of back UI, there are more buttons. They allow you to change size of your icons depending on your personal preferences. Or you can set sorting by value weight. Also, there is a search button, if for some reason you will need it. As you can see, Albion has a pretty flexible UI and will satisfy anyone. But it was not like that when the game released. It's a huge W. Once we leave the ship, this new tutorial window appears. Game will ask you to choose a path. Pick up Adventurer. This is journal system in the game. Through this feature, you can earn different rewards from vanities to actual silver or even premium, and that's what we're gonna do. Later, this journal will be your guide of what you can do in the game, but it is not mandatory. Basically, it's like achievement hub with rewards. Once you leave city, go towards your first solo dungeon. They do have different levels and random bosses with random rewards. Later, we will talk more about solo dungeons and how they can be one of the ways of making silver. This shrine that I pick up give you 3 different buffs. It can be movement speed plus damage versus mobs, healing shrine, or shrine that reduce mana cost and cooldown. You can even use these buffs to get advantage in open world. Imagine, there is a chest with big rewards outside that will spawn in 3 minutes. You can find any solo dungeon nearby, get a buff and fight people with this strong buff. But for now, let's kill boss and go outside. You are in the wilderness and your home is far. Hover your mouse on R button, that's your teleport back. Price of this teleport will depend on your gear and value of your items in your inventory. One cool feature that you need to be aware of is map. You have 2 options. First, press N to open regular map. And if you press Shift plus N, game will open Traveler's map, transparent version of it. And yes, you can change it how you want also in your settings. I forgot to mention that probably you should stash your mules that you got from Tutorial Island before you go into this solo dungeon. But if you did not, my bad. And now open Journal and take this Royal Sigil as your reward and click Change and take Duelist Path. Since you already finished dungeon, you can take one more sigil from it. Your goal is to earn 50k silver on market by selling items to get premium. Sell these sigils on market. Now open Journal and click Skip button. Don't worry, you still will be able to progress these tasks. It will just open your whole journal. Now choose Learning the Ropes section and take your premium. If for some reason you do not have enough silver, remember, you still have mules for sale. But my advice would be to sell all items in the city nearby and earn more silver. In this case, let's move. Time to visit it. One of the most confusing things is Destiny boards. That's your progression tree. Like I mentioned before, you do not need to level up it fully. Just progress however you like. But I need to explain you what is learning points, because many players make this mistake. If you click on learning point button, it activates a mode that will allow you to progress and will gradually consume points once you will start earning fame, aka experience in this game. You can get them daily with active premium. I would recommend to manually turn it off for everything except gathering. The thing is that earning combat, crafting fame is pretty easy in this game, but leveling gathering might take some time. So my advice would be to keep these points for refining, gathering, or do not activate them at all while you are learning the game, because you don't know what you will need in the future or enjoy to play. We are in Limhurst. Every royal city has market where you can trade. Vanity merchant, island merchant, artifact foundry to upgrade your gear, repair station, arena NPC, and expeditions. About islands, they are not mandatory, but you can get one only if you will have 7 or 30-day premium. What I would suggest is to use your focus points, and island can be a decent choice. Just grow some veggies or anything you like to get some bonus silver daily. I myself is too lazy to do that, better to spend this time to kill someone in open world. But we go underground and to a marketplace. You can sell items there for better price. If let's say you want to buy or sell gear, you can press an arrow button to see all statistics. When this item was sold, what is the average price, etc. It is very important to make sure you are not getting scammed. Also, you can set up buy or sell orders. Yeah, you will pay some taxes, but they are not super high. Overall market can be an insane tool to make silver from nothing if you know what you are doing and have enough patience. Buying and reselling items for better price or transporting certain resources in the cities where is higher demand might make you a billionaire. Let's now buy our first tier 4 gear. I decided to go with battle axe, mercenary jacket, soldier boots and schooler cowl. Also I recommend you to take one invisibility potion and as a food, catfish or soup. Catfish will be just cheaper and will allow you to regenerate faster your health out of combat. As mount, take tier 3 riding horse. You cannot equip these items yet, but you can speed up leveling process by consuming tomes, which you can get in open world, journal or just simply buying from players. Use some of them that you already have. I decided to go with battle axe since it is very good in PvE, but the thing is that I cannot use tier 4 and will not be able to use it because I was using broadswords. That's why I bought tier 3 axe on market. Okay, it's time to go outside and hunt some mobs. Killing roaming mobs in open world actually can be a decent way of progressing your character. They provide you with good fame and raw silver drop. Maybe not in the zones near the city, but we'll talk about it later, since we are still around newbie zones. Do not expect good rewards. But these areas is more than enough to get your first silver for such basic gear. One set will cost you around 40k silver. Let's talk about gear in general. What items I recommend you to use as completely new player. Remember, it is not your final items and you can change your set whenever you decide. As you can see in my inventory, we have some weapons like nature staff, battle axe, one-handed spear and longbow. It's different archetypes of weapons, but I decided to choose them to show example of cheap efficient weapons for a new player. And my other core armor items are mercenary jacket and assassin jacket. Let me explain why only this. Like I mentioned before, price is a huge factor, but also how effective they're gonna be in your journey. Mercenary, for example, will give you huge sustain and phase tank potential with its heal, when assassin jacket will allow you to survive more often in dangerous zones. As for the helmet, it's either any cowl with knockback, again to survive more often, or any helmet with energetic shield that will restore your energy and will give you some sustain. If you want to know more about what weapons in general are good in open world, check my open world tier list on the channel. everything from S to B tier is playable. Now let's talk about type of the zones. Blue one, no PvP. Yellow, PvP with knockback and no loss. Red zone, if you die to a player, you lose all your items, but your enemy should be flagged or in the PvP zone. And black zones, where you lose your gear, but everyone can kill you anywhere. Rewards are the best accordingly. There is also a partial loot zone, where you will lose items only from your inventory, but we'll talk about it later. How character power works. Basically, more item power your item have, more powerful it can be. You can increase it by equipping gear with higher quality. Excellent quality can give you plus 60 item power, which half of a tier. Also, you can enhance your gear, for example, from 4.0 to 4.1, and it will give you plus 100 item power. To do that, you need runes for 4.2, souls, and for 4.3, relics. And what's the difference between 4.1 item and 5.0? They're almost identical in terms of power. Why almost? Because devs encourage you to use higher tier, giving even more bonus in item power. It's called mastery bonus. As you could saw on this example, my 5.0 item had a bit higher item power, and for tier 8 item, this mastery modifier give me over 62 item power. Okay, specs in your destiny board, that's much more interesting. Let's say you play on gloves, and you have 100 specs on battle bracer. It will increase your item power with this weapon when you will use it, but also item power of all gloves in this weapon line. Very cool feature and reward player for playing on other weapons. But don't be discouraged. Having other specs is not mandatory to feel comfortable in PvP. 100 specs on items you use is enough. The same logic applies with armor of one type, like in this example with shoes. As you can see, they share this bonus also. Don't forget that the game has horizontal progression and pretty low entry barrier. So what content to play? This method I would strongly recommend to everyone. Overcome your fear, and while other new players would collect scraps in yellow and blue zone, you will operate with millions of silver. Prepare 5, 10, 4.0 sets with build that can do simple PvE and can escape with one invisibility potion. Your set should cost 60, maybe 40k maximum. You see this beam of light on minimap? Go there, and by the way, in the top right corner of a map you can check different city bonuses. Once you will enter Conqueror's Hall, proceed further and interact with this portal. It will teleport you to a black zone location of your city. It will have the same NPCs like marketplace, etc. And by the way, press K, that's how you can check all your items on the server that your character owns. Interact with Save Portal. It will teleport you randomly in Black Zone for a small fee. Your goal is to treat this content like extraction type, Dark and Darker, Arc Riders, or any similar game with the same game mode. Farm silver items that equal to your gear, or a bit more, and extract by going inside of this portal or just teleport back with R button. While you will roam, you might find this map, skill mobs that protect it. And go inside. It's like a mini solo dungeon, but only with boss, inside with good rewards. Keep in mind that you need to farm only tier 5 and in some rare cases tier 6 nearby locations. Do not be greedy. Sometimes other objectives like such small treasure chests might spawn. Risk it only when you are alone. Once you are inside of the boss layer, press settings and log out. You need that to see this timer. Why? So you would know when dungeon will close outside and no one will be able to kill you while you are doing PvE. You need to wait for 90 seconds. Yes, game will also notify you when it's closed, but pretty often you can miss it, especially if you are using second screen and watch a movie or a stream on the background. Bosses are not hard and can drop juicy rewards sometimes, especially purple chests. Taking by default wait passive on shoes actually makes sense in many scenarios. Also, regular roaming mobs can be good source of income. But your goal is these camps with mobs on top of chests. After clearing them, they can spawn boss layer maps. Click on this map to see what kind of mob you need to kill to unlock it. If you will take a look on the bottom of your screen on minimap, you will see number 0 to 5. It means that it is either 1 or 5 players. Sometimes you can find coffers, but very often they suck, even if it will be legendary. The thing is that all chests coffers have different values depend on the content and its location. So chests from solo dungeons and open world will have way different loot values, just keep it in mind. Also you will find roaming drones, it's like loot goblins, mostly they are good only if it is purple. You might find crates in open world, it's like a mini quest where you need to transport chests from point A to point B. But keep in mind, once you pick it up, you will become visible for a second on minimap, and if you will drop it on the ground or will go in invisibility, you will also be visible on the minimap. As a reward, you will get Might and Favor. Might you need to get weekly chests from Conqueror's Challenge, and Favor you can directly exchange on different goods that can be transformed into silver. By the way, all these challenges in Albion is not like daily mandatory activities like in Korean mmorpgs. Don't bother about it. Playing for 2 hours per day is enough to unlock everything, and if you will not, who cares? It do not affect your progression and do not have game-changing rewards and that affect gameplay. It's like bonus. Like I mentioned before, do not be greedy. Once you farm, let's say 100k when your set costs 40, stash your items. Remember, your set costs nothing, and at this point you are making silver from nothing, even without PvP on freshly created character. Keep in mind that you can transfer all your items from inventory with one button. Very cool UI feature. Talk to Energy Manipulator NPC if you want to exchange your favor points, and always take chests. It is good balanced rewards between silver and fame. That's exactly what you need. You know how loot in Albion works. It is actually a pretty cool system. There is an NPC in Carleon that buys items from players and put them inside mobs, like Santa. Basically, he analyzes all markets in the game. Let's say someone is selling tier 4 broadsword for 1k. He will set up a buy order for 10 tier 4 broadsword for 800 silver. And if no one will sell it, he will increase price until actual player would sell him directly this item. But how he get this silver? When player kill a mob and let's say he get 5k silver, in reality it is 5.5k silver. You just don't see these 500. They vanish and go directly in black market NPC's pockets. Smuggler Dens, you could see these rocks on the map. It is an entrance and you can make it as your hub. It's like a small base with regular NPCs. You can set it up as home and teleport back there. You even have market, but this one is unique. This market is connected among all Smuggler Dens. It even has Traveler Planner to teleport back into any city, but you need to be naked. Also, there is a bartender NPC that will sell different goods and unique vanities, and you can exchange coins that you get in open world on favor. This great quest that we have done before is actually a part of this smuggler faction and can increase reputation with them. But oh boy, you need to grind a lot of this reputation to get these vanities. Mists. In open world you can find these roaming wisps. There is a greater 2-man wisp and the regular willow wisp. You get into instants that last for a certain amount of time. I made a video on the channel how to survive in this content, and also you can find video of how I was playing 0 to hero and managed to not to die at all and get 100 specs and 8.3 set in 24 hours. TLDR, yes, mists are still good and you can earn insane amount of silver per hour if you know what you are doing. Trick is to farm only roaming mobs and Nightfall Abbey dungeons that can spawn from time to time. If you are looking for a meta tier list specifically for this content, I have it on my channel. Now let's talk about Avalonian Roads. So basically it is location that lead to other random parts of the world, and this connection always changing. Inside of these roads you can find green chests for solo players, blue and golden for groups, with lots of unique gathering mobs and treasures. This content is not newbie friendly. It can be done with a small variety of builds if you are a new player, and mostly require you to play with sustained weapons like mercenary jacket and battle axe or nature staff, something like that. Now let's talk about treasure hunting. This is much more interesting but much boring. On my video I already covered this way of making silver. Basically, you roam around 3 Avalonian Roads and collect treasures non-stop. In such a way you can get up to 5 million in 3 hours. Antiquarian Dens. That's a new location, and it is located in any royal city. You can see it on minimap. It is a hub for all Hell instance content. It has Hellgate for 5v5 players, access to bank, Antiquarian NPC himself, where you can get vanities, some goods and unique mounts like spiders. Also, it has corrupted dungeons. That's a place what you will be interested in. Keep in mind, all content inside of these dens, item power capped. It means it will have balanced PvP. Well, how balanced? But yeah, in terms of item power, balanced. This patch devs buffed corrupted dungeons, same as Hellgates. So to tell how good it become, I cannot. Need more time. But what you need to know about it, it is directly 1v1 content, and you need to know what kind of builds are playable. To figure it out, go on murderledger.com, not Murder Ledger website, there will be links anyway in description, and check stats. And the last, completely new content is Abyssal Depth. It is unique one because it has partial loot area, where you will lose all the items from your inventory. I cannot wait to test it myself as a solo player to see how good or bad it is. But make sure to follow my channel to find an answer on this question. Basically, it is 3-floor dungeon with bombs and players inside. And you play it like Battle Royale. If you want to get better rewards, but more risk, you go deeper. Guys, best build, weapon, armor do not exist. All content in Albion require different builds and weapons. They will have its own efficiency in certain scenarios. And even if there is a meta weapon or playstyle, you will have several of them. Rock, paper, scissors. And even if it's not meta, you can always make it playable, even though it will not have high efficiency. Just follow tier lists on my channel, on other people's channel, ask people and experiment yourself. How to get better at PvP? Die a lot, but not brainlessly. Analyze your deaths. Remember, always blame only yourself. If you have an option to record your own gameplay, do it via Nvidia Shadowplay or any other soft. We have an option. You can upload a video on YouTube, send me it in Discord in clip review section, and if it will be during my stream, we will watch it together and analyze your mistakes and reasons why you died. Just make sure you are playing on a playable build. You cannot take random items and expect to win. Guys, build should be playable. Is this pay-to-win game? When any player with basic knowledge and understanding how the game works see a guy who swiped with credit cards, and trust me, you see them immediately, we cheer. We are happy. First of all, he invested into Albion gold-silver economy, which is good for everyone. And second, his food. And the best, he will not win. An experienced player would not need to swipe because of amount of silver he make daily. You need to understand that we have horizontal progression and low entry barrier. Sooner or later, you reach a certain level of progression and you're on the same level like majority of players. One of the reasons why I still play Albion for almost 8 years is absence of pay-to-win elements. And trust me, I played lots of Korean mmorpgs and know how it feels. Cheaters. It is infinite war. Devs are banning cheaters and RMTers non-stop, but doing it with waves to ban more. Do we have them? Of course, like any other game. Is it a problem in Albion? Not even close. Because of the essence of the game and full loot, it's not. I myself personally saw 4 cheaters with my own eyes in almost a decade playing this game. Guys, when you die, in 90% of the cases, it's a skill issue, not a cheater. Solo dungeons. Yes, they can be profitable casual content. In the last videos, we're doing tests, and solo dungeon maps 8.3, 8.4 that you can buy on market is big no-no. You will lose money. If you want to make money, farm maximum 8.2 dungeons with active premium and in black zone. You will earn your silver back that you spend on maps and will double it. The rest will be your profit based on your RNG. Few millions per hour, easy. But it is content with low risk. That's why it will not provide good rewards. Just do not forget about 90-second rule so people would not dive you from behind. Tracking. Is it the good content? For groups, yes, it is profitable. For solo, on the level of solo dungeons. On top of that, it has high risk and medium rewards. But if you're into something new and fresh, why why not? Try it out, but I would not recommend to do. Better do something else. Feel lost as a solo player? It's okay, we all build different and enjoy playing the game in our own ways. Try to join a guild and find community to play with and explore the game together. Click on Guild Finder, choose third tab and set up what you are looking for. Language you speak, content, Discord, taxes, etc. But make sure you will not join guild with high taxes. There is a high chance it's a scam guild for new players. And one of the cool activities, by the way, for group players is group dungeons. The thing is that rewards right now scaling depend on number of players, and entrance also close after 90 seconds. Perfect group size is 5 men. Guys, remember one thing, play for fun. I would personally recommend you to level up every tier 4 weapon and armor in the game and test everything yourself and explore, trying to find new friends, try different type of content, mix things that you do daily in the game, and try to find something that you would enjoy the most. Yeah, and I know that I did not probably mention lots of other type of content things, but you always can join my stream and ask me there. I wanted to make this guide, this tips video basically as short as possible. Hope you enjoy and don't forget to press like button, share this video, and one more time remind you, use my referral link if you're planning to buy gold or any vanity. It will help me a lot, I hope so. And stay safe guys, bye bye.